April 17, 1961, a day that marked one of the most infamous failed military operations in U.S. history. The Bay of Pigs invasion was meant to overthrow Fidel Castro's communist government. Instead, it became a catastrophic defeat for the United States, strengthening Castro's hold on Cuba and escalating Cold War tensions. The plan was first conceived under President Dwight D. Eisenhower and later executed under President John F. Kennedy. The CIA trained and funded a group of around 1,400 Cuban exiles, known as Brigade 2506, tasked with landing in Cuba, establishing a foothold, and triggering an uprising against Castro's regime. On April 17, 1961, the invasion force landed at Playa Girón on Cuba's southwestern coast. But things quickly went wrong. The initial airstrikes by CIA-backed B-26 bombers failed to destroy the Cuban Air Force. Without air superiority, the invasion force faced fierce resistance from Cuban military units. Within just 3 days, over 1,100 members of Brigade 2506 were captured, and the operation collapsed. The failure was a major embarrassment for the Kennedy administration. Castro emerged stronger than ever, and U.S.-Cuba relations hit an all-time low. In an effort to recover from this debacle, the U.S. launched a secretive operation, Operation Mongoose, authorized by President Kennedy in November 1961. Operation Mongoose aimed to destabilize and eventually overthrow Castro's government through a wide range of covert activities. This operation included covert sabotage and intelligence gathering, supporting anti-Castro groups inside Cuba, psychological warfare, using propaganda campaigns and staged events to discredit Castro's regime, assassination attempts involving notorious mafia figures like Sam Giancana and Santo Trafficante, economic and diplomatic pressure intended to weaken Cuba without direct military intervention. However, rather than weakening Castro, these efforts intensified tensions between the U.S. and Cuba, culminating in the Cuban Missile Crisis of October 1962, the closest the world has ever come to nuclear war. The Bay of Pigs invasion and Operation Mongoose were pivotal events in Cold War history. Lessons in the consequences of failed intelligence, political miscalculation, and the dangers of escalating covert operations.